Hi, and welcome to the Yoga Studies Institute. I'm Tanya, and this month our Yoga Asana classes are going to be focused on Navanga. Navanga is a very special principle that lays the foundation to all of our classes here at the Yoga Studies Institute. It is infusing them with compassionate wisdom. Now, where does compassionate wisdom come from? You have probably already heard of the 8 limbs of yoga by Master Patanjali, practicing the yamas and niyamas, having our asana practice, our pranayama practice, and then moving through pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses, and then moving through the steps of meditation of dharana, dhyana, and then eventually samadhi. Now, each one of these steps, we want to be able to infuse it with compassionate wisdom. This is the 9th step, or Navanga. Nava is 9 and Anga is limb. In previous classes, we have spoken about the 5 layers of the onion. Remember, the outer one is the body, underneath that is the breath, underneath the breath is the prana, underneath the prana is the seeds, where our experiences are ripening from our previous thoughts, words, or deeds. And what's at the very core of that onion is emptiness, the blank screen. Now, what that means, it's that we have a very powerful tool, understanding emptiness and seeds. That's wisdom. And when we have that, we can transform our world. But in order to be able to transform it, we must have the right motivation. And that's having loving compassion. Where does that come from? Remember the 3 primary channels, Ida, Pingala, and Shushumna. Ida, where the emotions of ignorant desire arise, wanting to hurt another to get what we want. And on the right side, where hot emotions like anger, envy, or pride arise. And our mind is always wavering between the two. But when we use the inner and the outer methods, understanding emptiness and seeds, then we can start to direct the energy towards the central channel, the Shushumna, where loving kindness arises from, even joy. And when we have the motivation to want to destroy negative states of mind, not just for ourselves, but for others, we can start to experience a perfect world of having perfect health, perfect relationships, having successes in our lives, and be able to experience other people in our lives, like our friends, our families, and even strangers, have the same experience as well. So this month, this is what we're going to be practicing, infusing all of our practices with compassionate wisdom, Novanga. So I can't wait to share that with you in our classes, and I know all of our teachers are too. So see you on the mat.
Hi, my name is Lydia, and I give Dharma yoga classes here at the Yoga Studies Institute. When I'm not guiding classes on the mat, I'm definitely practicing. I love to do asana and take my practice even further, doing meditation and into subtle realms, doing energy work. When I'm not on the mat, I am the mother of 2 beautiful children. They're twins. We love to cook Ayurvedic recipes, and I also enjoy being in nature. It's really what just kind of fills my soul and grounds me and brings me back. I hope to see you in my classes, and take care.
Welcome to the Yoga Studies Institute. My name is Lydia, and today I will guide you through a 30-minute Dharma yoga practice. Before we get going on the mat and get into the poses, I would like to set an intention for today's class using the Sanskrit word Navanga. Nava means 9, and Anga means limb. This 9th limb of the 8 traditional limbs of yoga is compassionate wisdom, where we understand where our world is coming from our actions, our thoughts, and our words, directly influence and open into the world that we see. And compassion, being concerned for the well-being of others and really wishing that they don't suffer anymore. When we use this ninth limb of Navanga, compassionate wisdom, with all the other 8 limbs that Master Patanjali tells us about, yamas, niyamas, our ethical life, asana, our practice on the mat, pranayama, breathing practices, pratyahara, withdrawing the senses, and the 3 different types of meditation, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, we supercharge our practice and we are able to arrive at our highest yogic goals faster. So let's go ahead and close our eyes today, bring our hands together at heart center, and take a moment to think about how our world would look if we were able to treat others with love and compassion, if we were able to be wise and remember where our world is coming from every day, every moment. Looking at this beautiful world, knowing that we can achieve it. Let's dedicate our efforts today to those people who are closest to us. We have compassion. We are concerned about their well-being. And through our asana practice today, we dedicate our efforts to them. We begin with an Om. Inhale. Aum. Coming to our mat, we'll begin to warm up. Let's begin today with some gentle circles with our neck, tucking the chin, allowing the head to gently fall back. Opposite direction. Coming back to center, we'll begin to loosen our right arm with big circles. Change directions, go back. Opposite arm, left arm forward. And left arm back. Now for an extra challenge, we'll have the left arm come forward and the right arm go back. Arms moving in opposite directions. Change, we'll have our right hand come down, our left arm go back. Very good. Now let's swing our arms in front of us like ropes, turning to see the wall behind us. The faster you begin to turn, the wilder the arms become. That's okay. Very good. Arms overhead, grabbing the elbows. We lean to the left and then switch, lean to the right. Again, back to the left and back to the right. Very good. Back to center. Extending our feet out a little bit wider than hips distance apart. Tuck the tailbone, begin to bend the knees. Arms extended. We really begin to warm up our legs. From here, we can recall to mind our intention. to share our practice with those around us, our closest loved ones. May this benefit their well-being. Very good. And release. Opening the stance a little bit longer. We'll go right into a warrior one. Bending the left knee. Palms together. Looking up. Going to a warrior two. Extend the back leg if you need to. Lowering down. Looking over the front left hand as we begin to embrace our warrior essence. Our bravery, our courage to reach our highest yogic goals. Lower the left arm to the top of the thigh. Thumb and index finger together in Jnana Mudra. Extend the right arm, a nice long line from the outer edge of the right foot through the right fingertips. If this is easy for you and you'd like to take the next variation, lower the left hand down to the mat. Lower the right hand and the right knee down to the mat, creating a 90-degree angle with your legs, with our right hand on the outside of our left thigh, left hand behind on the small of our back. Twist to the left, looking over your shoulder. Release the head back to center. Release the pose. Right arm extends nice and tall. Cross the right arm on the outside of the left thigh. Make a fist with the left hand. Push the right hand down. Twist, look up towards the ceiling. If this is easy and you'd like to go for the next variation, put more weight into that front left leg. Right leg becomes light. Extend off the mat. Release this pose. Gracefully come up to warrior two for a brief moment. Sink the hips. Connect again with your warrior essence. Spiral the hands down to the mat. Heel toe the left foot out to the side of the mat. Rock back and forth. Look up as we prepare for lizard. Right knee drops down. You can stay here, or right forearm down to the mat, left forearm down to the mat. Keep the gaze up. Left leg close to the side of the body. Release the pose. Palms on the mat. Left foot steps back, nice strong plank. Knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Come through Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Tuck the toes, push back, downward facing dog. You can bounce a few times here, trying to get the crown of the head towards the mat. Take a big step forward with our right foot in between the hands. Come up, warrior one. Palms together, look up towards the palms. a straight line from your heart up to your hands. Open to warrior two. Adjust the back leg if necessary. Lower the hips. Looking over the front right hand. Tune into your focus. Never losing the wisdom of where our world is coming from. Lower your right hand to the top of the right thigh. Thumb and index finger together in Dhyana Mudra. Left hand extends. If you took the variation on the other side, you may do so here. Lower right hand down to the mat. A straight line from the outer edge of the left foot through the left fingertips. Release left arm down to the mat. Left knee comes forward. Create the 90-degree angle box. Right hand on the small of your back. Left hand on the outside of your thigh. Twist to the left, looking over your shoulder. To the right, looking over your shoulder. Release your head back to center. Left arm extends nice and tall. Cross over the outside of the right leg. Right hand in a fist. Push the left hand down. Twist towards the ceiling. If you took the variation on the other side, you'd like to do so here as well, you may. Extend the back leg. Release the pose. Coming to a warrior two. We'll stay here just for a moment and spiral our hands down to the mat. Heel toe the right foot out to the side of the mat. Rock back and forth. Look up. Lower the left knee down to the mat. You can stay here or lower the left forearm to the mat, right forearm to the mat. Right leg hugs the right side of the body. Let gravity do the work. Release the pose. Palms on the mat. Right foot steps back to plank. Knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Come through Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Shoulder blades tucked in. Back of the body engaged. Tuck the toes. Push back, downward facing dog. A big step forward with the left foot in between the hands. Right knee drops down. Kapyasana. Interlace the hands. Push the front thigh away from the body. Hips sink down. You can stay here or interlace the hands. Kali Mudra. Arms extended overhead, nice and straight. And then we begin to lift up and back. You can shake out your arms like the Dharma wiggle. Engage your right leg, your right buttocks. Release gently. Hands down to the mat. Left leg steps back to a strong plank. Knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Come through cobra pose. Tuck toes. Push back. Downward facing dog. Trying to get that forehead down towards the mat. Take a big step forward, the right foot in between the hands. Left knee drops down. Interlace the hands. Push the front thigh away from the body. Hips sink. Stay here or interlacing the hands, Kali Mudra. Arms up and back. You can shake your shoulders. Keep the arms straight. Release the pose. Hands to the mat. Left foot steps forward, meets the right at the top. Uttanasana. Grab your ankles, bending your knees as much as you need to. Chest and thighs together. If this is easy for you, then begin to extend the legs. Always keeping the chest and thighs together. Face close to the shins. Release palms together. Arms up and back. Hands together at the center of the chest. Take a moment here. Inhale from the heart center up through the crown of the head. Exhale from the crown of the head to heart center. Again, inhale from the center of the heart up to the crown of the head. Exhale from the crown of the head to the center of the heart. Very good. Standing on our mat, we'll go into tree pose. Left leg sturdy and strong, abdomen engaged. With our right leg, we have lots of choices. We can have our foot next to our ankle, next to our calf, or our inner thigh, keeping our left leg nice and strong. Palms together at the center of our chest. Pick a drishti, a place you'd like to focus on. You can stay here, or if this is easy for you, we can do extended tree. With your right arm, take the heel of your right leg, left arm extends, right leg extends, open tree, nice and tall, looking up. Gently and gracefully release this pose, right leg down to the mat. Other side, right leg engaged, abdomen engaged. Again, lots of options for our left leg, next to the ankle, next to the calf, or inner thigh. When you pick your drishti, the place you'd like to focus on, it improves our concentration. And we can take that concentration with us into our meditation and throughout the day. If you'd like to do the variation of a open extended tree with the left hand, take the left heel, right arm extends, left leg extends, open the chest, looking up. Release, gracefully left leg down. Very good. Legs together, hands together in Kali Mudra, arms overhead, nice and tall, elongate the sides of the body, and then sit as if there was a chair behind you. Nice open chest. Lower the hips a little more. Very good. Release the arms back to standing. We'll come to squat with our legs separated, palms together, using the tricep to push the thighs back, looking up. Moving to Kakasana, or crow pose, putting our hands on the mat. We can bend our fingers like little claws. Our legs are already on our triceps. You can try lifting one leg up at a time. Those of you who already know the pose can go ahead and just go right into it. Looking forward, toes touching. Release back down to the mat. We'll do extended child's pose, forehead on the mat, hands extended forward. Come through to Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Engage the back of the body, shoulders down and back. Push back. Once again to child's pose, resting the forehead on the mat, palms facing up. Inhale, come to seated. Hips to the left. Our right leg crosses over the left. Both of the sitting bones on the floor. If you have an issue with your knee, you can extend the left leg straight. If not, go ahead and keep it bent. Right hand behind us, left arm overhead, twisting, turn to the right. Release the head back to center and release. Switch the legs. Left leg crosses over the right. Again, if you like to have your right leg straight, you may. If not, bending the leg, the heel by the sit bone. Left hand behind us to help us with a nice tall back. Right arm elongates. Twist. Look to the left. Release head back to center. Release our arms. Lying down in Shavasana. The final relaxation pose. Palms up. Feet relaxed. Eyes closed. Relaxation is the best antidote for all impurities. Leave your body by itself. Bring your attention to the center of the chest. And we call to mind the intention we set at the beginning of practice. Navanga, the ninth limb, is compassionate wisdom. We would like to use this in all of our actions, all of our thoughts, and all of our words. Remembering where our world comes from, being concerned with the well being of others. We dedicate our efforts to those around us so that they can be happy and free. Gently begin to come back to the body. Begin to move your fingers and your toes. Roll to your right hand side. And when you're ready, come up to seated. Hands together at the center of the chest. We'll conclude with an Om and 3 Shantis. Exhale completely. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive. All is within. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Take care. Hope to see you next time. Namaste.